y'all, I'm cooking some white wine chicken stew. It is to die for. It is so good you wouldn't even believe it. Yeah, I got the chicken thighs browning in the pot. I'm chopping up the veggies. And then we're going to put a big old cup of white wine in there. And some flour to thicken it up. And some chicken broth. I use that Better Than Bouillon paste. With a little seasoning, it sure is good. And the secret is you got to get it real brown. See how brown that is? I browned that chicken. I took it out. Now the veggies go in and all that brown stuff. Oh boy, it adds a flavor almost like a roux in a gumbo shy. And now we're going to put the wine in. You add some flour in there and you stir it up, stir it all around. Get it kind of thick. That almost makes like a roux. And then after that is when you pour your wine in there. You got to have a cup of that. Let's see here. I'm going to pour my cup of wine in there. And it's going to sizzle like crazy. And make it taste so dang good. Yeah. I don't drink it, but I sure do cook with it all the time. I put wine in so many different recipes, even when it doesn't call for it. And you wouldn't believe how it flavors that up. I must have lived a past life in France somewhere. Listen to sizzle, sizzle, sizzle. Woo-wee, sizzle, sizzle. You let that cook for a while, and then you add your chicken broth. Then you add your chicken back in. Chicken thighs work the best, I think, because they are, look at there, look at that, look at that. It's all thick like a roux with all them veggies in there. It's got all the seasonings. I put a half a teaspoon of Tony Chachere's, a half a teaspoon of Mrs. Dash Table Blend, half a teaspoon of basil, and a half a teaspoon of garlic. And then I'm going to add 5 cups of chicken broth made out of that Better Than Bouillon paste, and something else. What was I going to say? And then you put your chicken thighs back in there, and I'm telling you, it is good. I let it simmer a couple hours. Those chicken thighs will just break apart. It's so delicious, so good. Now I add this chicken stock in a little bit at a time. You can see it's already starting to look like a gravy. I don't add it in all at once, little at a time, and I stir. I find that somehow that makes the seasonings get all in there. Liquid is the last thing you want to add to any dish you're cooking. I found that out by trial and error, because if you add the liquid first and put your spices in, it just doesn't get the seasonings through all the other items you put in there. So I always put all my veggies, my protein, even beans. I do that. I put dry beans in there and stir it around with all my seasonings before I add the stock. And like I said, I always use Better Than Bouillon paste. They ought to pay me for this, shouldn't they? I just love that stuff, that Better Than Bouillon paste. I use it anytime they say water. Usually I use that for soups, stews. You can even put it in rice. Talk about good. It really flavors it up. It's some good stuff. You got to be careful opening the jar, though, because it wasn't made to be opened. I have to take tools to open that sucker. So there's what the finished product looks like. I forgot you also put 2 tablespoons of balsamic vinegar, a tablespoon of Worcestershire, 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg, and I also always put a tablespoon of brown sugar. I do that with everything I cook because it balances out the acidity and it just brings out the other flavors. Well, if you try it, I hope you like it, because I just love it. It's one of my favorites, and it's my son's favorite. Merry Christmas. Love all of you.